I have always had a growth mindset in my adulthood, but my growth mindset was from a survival foundation. So I've always wanted to grow. I've always taken classes. I've always put myself out there. I've always tried to succeed from survival mode. As I was growing, achieving, I never felt like I was enough.
Wow.
So if someone asked me to participate in something, even though I was growing, had the knowledge, I never felt good enough to do it. So I've always wanted to achieve. I've always moved forward, but never felt like I was ready for the moment. But I never grew out of it because I kept achieving, but I never celebrated myself. I never celebrated small victories. I always saw myself as you have to do more. So I went into performance mode, not understanding that I was in survival mode.
Wow.
So a growth mindset from a wounded heart.
Welcome, welcome. I'm Sybil Bull, your host for Faith Based Optimum Living, where we share transformative content on emotional wellness, purpose-driven living, and a meaningful life. Today is going to be amazing, and I hope that you don't miss any of it. You've got to make sure that you stay with us. We are in season 3, y'all, and we have been talking about vision, and today we have an excellent, exceptional conversation that's about to take place with my friend, hallelujah, my friend Tena Gladney is here with me. I want you to think about this. If you've been moving in your life and you've been doing the things that God's called you to do, you've been positioned, you've been moving and flowing, but you don't even know that there's something called blind spots. Blind spots are these areas in life where you're like, I don't know what's going on. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to dive into what it looks like. How can we see? What is it I don't know that's holding me back? I prayed about it. I've got counsel for it. I go to therapy. I've already done all the things, but maybe there's some blind spots in your life that you need to pay attention to. And today we're going to talk about it. So let me tell you about my guest that I have here with me, which I said is my friend Tena Gladney. She is a transformative coach and she is amazing. We're going to have real, raw, and relevant conversation. So I just want you all to clap it up, put it in the chat, listen intently, get your notes out, and just hear this conversation for yourself. And don't forget to share, okay? Don't hold this for yourself. Share it out and make sure that you include someone else so that they can hear what's happening. And stay until the end. It's going to be real and it's going to be relevant and it's also going to be a little bit raw. So Tena, I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Just so you know, and for y'all to know as well, that Tena is my first guest here on Optimum Living. So we're really excited to have her. As I said today, we're going to talk about what it looks like. So in this small series in the vision, we're talking about what it looks like to clear the fog out. Because some of us, we know that there are different seasons in our life and different parts of our journey where we're moving forward, but sometimes we have a little bit of fog. So we're just going to address what that internal blocks could look like. Maybe there's some distorted vision. Maybe there's some leadership things that you've been working on and you're not sure what's going on. So today, Tena's going to talk about it. I'm actually going to be giving her some questions and we're going to hear her life and how she's been moving through it and helping others, or maybe just some personal things that she's learned along the way on her own journey. So Tena, let's talk about this. What to you is a blind spot? When you think about a blind spot, what would you define it as for our listener? What would be a blind spot?
A blind spot is something that others can see about you that you don't see about yourself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They can see flaws. They can see immaturity. They can see pain.
Okay.
But you don't see it.
Okay.
So I see that as a blind spot.
Wow. Wow. So when we're talking about vision and moving forward in God, you're saying that there could be possibilities that I have something that I don't see about myself and someone is seeing that and addressing it. So can you talk a little bit more? Has there been any blind spots in your life? Because we're talking about what you don't know will hold you back. So talk a little bit about blind spots. Have you had an experience? Like, what would you say?
I've had several experiences. This is such a thought-provoking question.
Okay.
So I was praying about it and I was like, of course, we all have blind spots. One of mine that I'm so grateful for this question because it makes me revisit it again.
Okay.
Is I have always had a growth mindset.
Okay.
In my adulthood.
Okay.
but my growth mindset was from a survival foundation.
Wow.
So I've always wanted to grow. I've always taken classes. I've always put myself out there. I've always tried to succeed.
Okay.
From survival mode.
Okay.
So every
Wait. Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
She said she's always wanted to grow from survival mode. I just want to make sure we're catching that, because you may not even be able to identify. That was a blind spot. She said she was growing from survival mode. Go ahead. That's so good.
So as I was growing, achieving, I never felt like I was enough. And it wasn't like people tell you, don't compare yourself to others. I never compared myself to others.
Right.
But as I was growing, I never felt adequate enough.
Wow.
So if someone asked me to participate in something, even though I was growing, had the knowledge, I never felt good enough to do it.
Wow.
So I've always wanted to achieve. I've always moved forward, but never felt like I was ready for the moment.
Okay.
So in survival mode, people see survival mode as you've had to survive, yes, but I never grew out of it.
You never grew out of it?
I never grew out of it.
How did you even know you never grew out of it?
Because I kept achieving, but I never celebrated myself. I never celebrated small victories. I always saw myself as you have to do more.
Wow.
So I went into performance mode, not understanding that I was in survival mode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a growth mindset from a wounded heart.
Wow.
And that came from childhood.
That came from childhood. Okay, so I know that we only have a little bit of time, but we just want to dive into that a little bit more. So someone's listening or someone is watching, right? What's one thing that they would be able to know for themselves personally? Like, is that my blind spot? Was that my blind? How were you able to identify it? Like, when did that moment where you're like, oh, what I didn't know was holding me back, and this is what was holding me back, even though I was achieving? Because you said you were achieving and you were doing these things, but how am I able to know this is holding me back? How am I able to do that?
Great question. One of my friends said to me, you always celebrate others, but you won't let us celebrate you.
Wow.
And I was like, because I enjoy celebrating others. Okay. It's false pride. I enjoy taking care of everybody else. It's over functioning.
Okay.
From a painful place that needed to be healed.
Wow.
You're there for everybody else. You're doing everything for everybody else.
Oh yeah.
And then when it comes to you, you're just like, oh no, I'm just here for everybody else. But you never celebrate your small victories.
That's good.
Not just the major ones, but
really
the small ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was over functioning in that area.
All right. So you heard her. She said she was over functioning in that area. And maybe that's not you. Maybe somebody you know. Or perhaps it could be you, right? Because we're talking about blind spot, and what you don't know could be holding you back.
Right.
And I think about a lot of times we have to sit with ourselves. We have to pray about some things. We really need to be truthful about a few areas in our lives. And there are some blind spots that could hold us back. There are some areas that could be inner conflicts or inner thoughts. And she said she had a growth mindset, but it was rooted in a place of survival. And we have to allow ourselves to be like, okay, sometimes you have to sit and say, like, Syb, okay, what's holding you back? And you don't always see everything, because sometimes people are applauding you. Sometimes people are celebrating you. And she said she wasn't celebrating herself, but other people, I'm sure, over the years were celebrating you, right?
Yes.
And even wanting to say, oh my God, Tena, I want to be like you, or whatever. So that's so powerful when we talk about vision, seeing ourselves moving forward in what God has given us. You can still do certain things and be doing it from a place that's not whole or healed. And in this next place, we want to talk about what it looks like for faith in the inner vision. So we have faith, but we have this inner vision where God gives us things. We're moving. Maybe you're already accomplishing it. For us, for myself, I'm already in my 50s, on my way to 60, right? And so there's some things that I've had to do and some things that I know that God's called me to, but there's also some more things that I need to accomplish. And I've had some inner conflict, and I've had some inner things that, oh my God, I feel like God has been showing me blind spots this year in my new season, and it's been overwhelming. It's been overwhelming. So tell me this, what role do you feel like faith plays in your identity when you would confront those blind spots? Like, what kind of role does your faith in God?
Love it. I love the question.
How does it do when you're identifying and you have to confront yourself in this place of blind spots?
So my faith, my relationship with God, when he shows me these things,
right?
Faith tells me that I have permission to be convicted but not condemned.
Let's pause right there. Convicted but not condemned. Honey, let's talk about what does that look like, convicted? Break it down a little bit. When you hear the word convicted, what does that mean to the listener? That's like, oh, convicted, condemned.
My definition of conviction is God loving me enough to say, I don't want you to stay here.
Okay.
So you can be healthy in your future.
Okay, that's good.
In order to please him, you have to be healthy.
Okay.
So when he reveals something to me, because he wants me to change and grow.
Okay.
Condemnation is going to say, you're not good enough. Condemnation calls yourself the areas that you need to grow in.
Right.
Condemnation says, you're not enough. You've always done this. You're never. Condemnation is more of a fixed mindset. Conviction is, wow. So what I'm practicing is when he reveals things to me, when the Lord reveals things to me, or when trials happen,
right,
to embrace it from a place of love.
Okay.
Not a place of, this is wrong.
That's good.
Whatever comes my way, God loves me.
Okay.
He's with me. He's for me. He loves me.
Yeah.
So if I embrace that part of the love, I'm not beating myself up through the journey.
Good.
You know what I mean?
So good.
My self-talk has to be healthy.
Yeah.
And when you're a survivor,
right,
your self-talk is, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. And God doesn't want me in that space.
Wow. Wow.
Our foundation is love. So when I look at the growth mindset and I look at the blind spots and I look at how to be healthy, it's my why. Why do you want to learn these things? Why are you taking these classes? What's the benefit? Am I proving to myself that I can accomplish?
Right.
And then if I'm proving to myself, why am I proving that to myself?
Okay.
That was my foundation.
Okay.
Like, you know what? So when I grew up, I left home at 17.
Wow.
And I left home with the mindset, I am never returning back home.
Never.
Listen, I'm just being honest.
Right.
Because I came from a very abusive environment.
Got it.
So I went into whatever I have to do, I'm going to do to make it.
To make it. Okay. So that started
there.
I got you.
So I kept making it. But I didn't allow wholeness to come in because I kept making it.
Right.
But I still wasn't happy. I still wasn't sound. I wasn't peaceful in me.
I got you.
Being me.
I got you.
Always, this is next. My checklist. This is next. This is next.
Check.
But God wants me peaceful in me. So if I do something,
wait.
Okay.
You said God wants me peaceful in me because there wasn't always a peaceful part. Oh my God.
So anything that I do, I'm good enough to do it.
Come on, somebody. Anything that I do, I am good enough to do it. And when I start allowing my faith to illuminate through the lens of love, conviction is always about love, bringing me into a place of better, bringing me into a place of wellness, bringing me into a place of prosperity. When I hear condemnation or condemning, I always think shame.
Absolutely.
Shame talk is always regurgitating what we didn't do, what we failed at, what happened to us. And like you said, I'm not good enough. And it always is rooted in some form of rejection and that people ain't gonna like you, they're not gonna want you. Why you think you the one to do it?
Right.
All of this condemnation. And so when you think about it, it's always in shame or some form of guilt. Maybe I was ratchet. Maybe I wasn't kind back in the day.
Right.
Maybe I did hurt some people. Maybe I was the one, right? And now I'm not that person, but
that's not who I am.
And condemnation, right?
That's
keeps coming up. And so my blind spot could also be what you said. I don't see that I'm transforming. I don't see how much God has done in my heart, or that this area that was a blind spot, when he brings it to me, he's not bringing it to me for, like you said, to be like, oh, I'm so bad. But more like, oh, wow, thanks for bringing it. Thanks for showing me. That's an inner place that no one else could really illuminate but you.
Right.
That's pretty powerful. And I like this. My faith brings freedom.
Hello. I had to ask myself, why are you an overachiever? I'm telling you, it's rooted. And it's like, wow, let's go back to it. It's okay to be an overachiever.
Right.
From the right foundation.
Right. Motivation.
You
Absolutely.
You got it.
Absolutely. So here we are. We have a question for you. How does your faith help you face what's hidden without fear or shame? That's the question that I want you to think about. Well, as you're listening to the conversation, as you're watching us, if you're on YouTube, I want you to think about, how does your faith help you face what's hidden, okay, without fear or shame? We didn't get into what fear can do to you, but I know most of us are acquainted with fear, emotional fear. When we're doing this, we want to talk about what it looks like to lead with clarity. So we're going to give you some actionable steps, some things that you can think about, some things that you could do just to guide you on your journey. And that's what we're going to talk about. So Tina, let me ask you this. What are some habits or relationships that help you stay accountable and self-aware?
Habits is, one thing is my quality time with God.
Okay.
It's a non-negotiable.
Okay.
When I spend time with God, I'm better.
Okay.
That's not church talk. That's real talk.
That is real talk.
I am better.
Right.
I am so much better because my trust isn't in my ability, it's in His.
Right.
So my time with God is non-negotiable.
Okay.
Second is having people in my life who are not just like me.
What that look like? You said, when you said have people in your life that's not just like you, what does that look like?
I don't need people who have the same personality that I have.
Okay.
I like opposites who challenge me in other areas.
Okay. Okay.
And so I have accountability partners. My friends, the friends in my circle, have permission to check me.
Ooh.
I don't like yes people.
Okay.
Everything I do is wonderful. No, if you love me, come to me and tell me.
Wow.
And so I embrace authenticity, but I also embrace that type of friendship.
Wow. That's so good. So would you say in this space that we're able to identify that we are developing and growing in a new way when we're doing those things? You said that someone can speak to me. I don't want the people around me to be yes people. So you have the habit of praying and seeking God and doing certain things. So I love that. I hope that you all are listening and really getting that. If you're doing this now, don't stop doing it, but also look at your friend circle, right? That's what you're saying, which is so important. So what advice would you give someone who may be stuck in their own limited perspective? Like, they're like, I can't get out. You know how people, we've all been there. Right. We've all been there. I've been that person. We have circles and cycles of excuses. So what would that look like?
I would say get healing in your senses.
What does that mean?
That means the next time you get upset about something, ask yourself, how did I hear it? Or allow someone to challenge you and say, how did you hear that?
Okay. Okay.
Because I told you I was in survival mode for so long.
Right.
I would hear things and be offended, but it's because my ears weren't healed. Wow. Yeah. So you
wait a minute, you said your ears weren't healed. What does that mean?
So you can say, Tina, I like you in red.
Right.
But I chose to wear blue.
Right.
I could be offended because you didn't like the color of my shirt, but that's not what you said.
Wow.
So sometimes people hear things that's not even being said because their ears aren't healed.
Wow.
Or they see things that didn't even happen because their eyes aren't healed.
Wow.
So heal the senses.
Heal the senses. The hearing.
Yeah.
The seeing.
Yeah. Even the touch. I'm serious. They'll be like, I used to say this phrase, and one of my mentors challenged me because I grew up around, like I said, I grew up around an abusive environment. Right. I would always notice or recognize abuse. And I would say, that's why I don't like people.
That's a strong statement.
Right. But that's where I was.
Right.
Because I would see people who were older than me who were abusive because that was my environment.
Okay.
So I grew up waiting to see the wrong.
Okay. So that's what you mean when you say correcting the senses.
Yeah. So my mentor said, stop saying you don't like people. How can you hate what you are? Women who say it's easier for me to get along with men. That's not true. How can you hate what you are? That's distorted. Look at it differently.
We'll have to come back and talk about all of that. Wow, that is so good. Yeah. That is so good. Correcting the senses. So the healing that comes with it.
Yeah.
Wow. while you're listening, while you're watching, I want to ask you this question for those of you who are like, well, I don't think I have blind spots. I want you to really pray about it and seek the Lord on it, and even just maybe ask a few people questions, right? But here's your thought that I want you to think about. Who's actually in your life that helps you to see what you can't see, right? We were just listening. Tina was sharing about she needed people in her life who were not yes people. And I want you to think about who exactly is in your life who will say to you, hey, sometimes you're super sharp for no reason. Who's the person who's going to say, I noticed that you talk real big, but you never accomplish the things that you say, right? Who's that person? Because maybe that's a blind spot and you don't see it, but you don't have people in your life. So think about who's in your life, and don't be afraid or intimidated to open up your circle or open up yourself to new people, because as you're growing, I want you to know this, sometimes you outgrow people and sometimes people outgrow you, and it's not a negative. It just means that our values and who we are, we're just evolving. And there are moments where you have to say, you know what, I actually think I have room for one more person. And that person could be the person that you need, who's going to give you the accountability that Tina's talking about, or help you to see that there is a blind spot here. Hello. And so it's really lovely. I love that. And I want to encourage you to think about it. I love this conversation. We have to come back. I can't believe our time is almost out, but we want to do some what I call rapid reflection.
Wow, wow, wow.
So here's one of the things that I want to ask. So a rapid reflection is just about you. What's one of your, either a scripture, a quote, or a mantra that has been speaking to you lately? Do you have one of your favorite scriptures, or is there a quote that has been speaking to you? This is for you.
Oh, yeah. I am valuable.
Okay.
Anointed.
Okay.
And chosen because of who I belong to, not what I do.
Okay. Go ahead and have it. And so do you say that often?
I do.
Oh.
I have to rehearse. Uh-huh. And it sounds so, I know we can say it sounds so church, but it's true.
Right, right.
I'm already valuable.
Right.
No one can replace me.
That's so true.
No one can be me at the table.
That's so true.
One of my sisters in the Lord, she has a spoken word. She says, I'm the best me this world will ever see. I'm already valuable. Mm-hmm. So when I show up.
That's so good. That's so good. I love that. Maybe you should have your own. I like Tina's. Maybe you could take Tina's if you want to. Take it. Okay, one more. What's something you had to unlearn in order to grow?
Self-talk.
Ooh, self-talk.
Self-talk.
Okay.
Now I boost myself every morning.
Come on, boost.
Even when I'm tired, I go, it's a great day.
Yeah.
I will not rehearse negative in my mind because it affects my day. It sounds cliche.
Right.
But even when I have things to do, I practice now.
Right.
Positive self-talk.
Okay.
I woke up this morning. Look at the sun shining. Oh my goodness, today's going to be such a wonderful day.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better. It might sound dumb to somebody else,
right?
But for me, it makes me feel better.
I love that. I love that.
Positive self-talk.
I love that. So you had to unlearn negative to learn positive.
And you don't realize you're doing negative.
How did you even realize you were doing negative? What is it? Okay, so what did the negative sound like from the old space? Just so somebody can understand that.
Yeah, sure. Negative sounds like I have to do more. There's more that I have to do. Yes.
Wow.
Negative sounds like, oh, I
you
have
were
to do more.
You were overperforming. Oh my gosh, I love that.
And I still find myself doing that.
Well, I mean, we still have to
one of
work
those,
through and catch ourselves.
And I'm like, I don't have to do more.
Right.
I don't, because sometimes doing more enables other people, and then you're upset because they're not doing their part.
I think I hear an episode later.
I lived years being an enabler. Wow. Because I called that my love language. It wasn't.
Which was a blind spot, wasn't it?
What?
Oh my gosh, we're not going to start the podcast over.
Okay.
This is so good. Okay, in your own words, what does optimum living mean to you?
It means fullness.
Okay.
Fulfillment.
Fulfillment.
Joy.
Wow.
I ain't say happiness.
Yeah.
Joy. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm choosing to live my life with joy. It's all good.
Wow. That's so beautiful. It's so simple and so easy to remember. And even for those who are listening, you have to define what your own optimum living looks like, right? Because if you don't, someone defines it for you. Culture defines it for you. So I love that you said, let's listen one more time. What did she say optimum living look like for her? Go ahead.
Come on, it's fullness, fulfillment, and joy.
It's the FFG.
Come on. Yeah.
FFJ.
Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful. I love that. Optimum living is not about doing everything right. That's how I say it. It's being your best version of who you are, who God's designed you to be. And that comes with all my imperfections, which brings fulfillment, right? Which brings the joy, because now I'm not trying to be someone else in my optimum life. And I'm not comparing myself. Your optimum life and who you are supposed to look different than mine. I'm supposed to be able to celebrate it. And you may be able to influence me because of all that's coming from your life into mine. And so I'm so excited. I'm so happy you were here with me.
I am happy I was here with you.
Oh my gosh. Well, y'all, I hope this was good for you. I want to talk about how Tena's going to come back. Make sure you catch her on the next episode that we're going to be talking about later on. But as we're talking about vision, I want you to remind yourself of this. Blind spots aren't failures. They're invitations, right? When you become willing to confront what you can't see, you make space for deeper alignment and sustainable leadership, or whoever you are in life. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, business owner, but everyone's a leader in their own right. If this episode offered a new insight or helped you name something you've been not seeing, right? You've been wrestling with it. You're not sure what it was. Go ahead and share it with a friend, post it, leave us a comment. Let us know what it is. What did you hear? What did Tena share that was really good for you? And whatever you've been doing in life, keep on growing. If you have not already subscribed, if you have not left a review, remember to do that and turn on that notification and like this video and share it with someone else. And I'm so glad that you've tuned in. I'm Sybil Bull. This is Optimum Living, and we're going to encourage you to keep growing, keep moving forward, and remember to become who God's called you to be and enjoy the life that He's designed for you, because He has designed you to live an optimum life. And I'll see you next time.